Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, make sure that you lot are smash up the lights. Make sure that you lot are subbing to the channel. Make sure that you're subscribing to Joe as well. You know what I mean? It's his debut on the channel. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get him on next season unless we're playing in playing him in an FA Cup.
No
FA
chance,
Cup
mate.
game or Carabao. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how are you? How are you first of all, bro? How you feeling, man?
Yeah, good, thank you, mate. Good, thank you. Hope you're all right.
Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. I mean, I was saying to you backstage that I was watching a bit of your content, and I saw that you're not really a happy bunny right now with Scott Parker. You know, it seems like you're not really happy with him. I saw a video not long ago actually, of him like talking about the transfers, and it was like a back. I don't know what. You could probably tell us a bit more about that, but I was a bit confused. I was like, wait, hang on, why are they getting so much access here? In regards to like what's going on.
It's better. It were the most ridiculous thing in the world, that video. Basically, there's like a documentary team that are doing documentaries. I can't remember exactly what Keeping the Faith it's called. They just do like random little videos behind the scenes. It's an actual documentary company that did documentaries. The actual full-on documentary appeared on Sky in the Vincent Kompany season when we first got relegated, and then when we first went back up under Vincent Kompany. So not the Vincent Kompany season, the Sean Dyche season, and into the Vincent Kompany. But anyway, they're still there doing things. But they don't put it out on Sky and stuff anymore. They just put it out on the club's social media channels. And that was the most ridiculous thing, because they released a video on deadline day, basically of Scott Parker behind the scenes, just being all like, yeah, it's tough, this market. Don't think we'll be signing somebody. So we're all there waiting like, come on, let's get someone over the line. And then the club just released a video of Scott Parker just being like, yeah, it's tough, this tough market. And then we didn't sign anybody. So it was utterly ridiculous.
What's been going wrong for you guys, man? Honestly, what's been going wrong for you guys? Because I remember you when you had company, like the sort of football you were trying to play, and obviously you've come back up, and I've looked at your form. Your form at the minute is horrid, and you're obviously second to bottom at the moment. What would you say has been wrong for you, bro? That's gone wrong.
A lot, mate. Let's be honest. I don't think the squad's good enough. I don't think the manager's good enough. I don't think the backroom staff is good enough. And I don't currently think the board is good enough. The board have currently, over the last few weeks, just dug themselves into an absolutely ridiculous hole by criticising the fans on more than one occasion. I just think the whole atmosphere around the place is toxic, strong, but very negative at the minute. And yeah, ultimately, we just don't have the players good enough, and the recruitment team wasn't good enough to bring in players good enough for us. And I don't think the manager's good enough as well. Like, we'll just say it off air, weren't we? And you just mentioned it there, like how bad our form is. But it's so bad, mate. We've won one game in like 130 days or whatever it is now. We went 17 games without a win, and within that process, we lost 7 games in a row. Like, what manager survives that? And what manager isn't under any pressure whatsoever? Burnley's manager, Alan Pace, just hasn't got a clue what he's doing. He's under no pressure or anything whatsoever, mate. It's ridiculous.
Do you think that he will still be in charge when you inevitably go back down?
I hope not, but I'm worried that he will be, because I don't think Alan, the chairman, gets it. I don't think he understands football that much. He's an American businessman who's made his money on Wall Street, floating things on the stock market and things like that. So yeah, he's obviously an intelligent man when it comes to business, but Alan Sugar's an intelligent man when it comes to business, but he's an absolute idiot. I don't know if you ever read his tweets or anything like that. The guy has the brain capacity of my 8-year-old, even, and that's doing my 8-year-old a disservice, mate. So it's one of them. Like, I don't think he understands football. Is the overriding sort of like thought of where I'm going with this. Like, I don't think he understands that things aren't going right. You change the manager, but having said that, when he first come in, he sacked Sean Dyche for a lot less, who's obviously a legend at the football club. So
you probably just need to get on with it a minute. That seems like that.
100%. I think it is something like that. Yeah, I do think it is something like that.
100%, bro. And obviously, like, you signed Leslie Ogochukwu from us. We gave you Broja as well. And you brought in like Marcus Edwards. Have these guys not really, made much of a contribution to your team? Because I'll be lying if I've said I've watched a lot of Burnley games. Like, I've watched you guys against the bigger teams, but
yeah, not really. Yeah, not really. Big Les came in. Obviously, we signed him from yourselves, as you've said. He started well, but then he sort of like faded. Armando Broja, abysmal signing, and we all raised our eyebrows at it at the time. Like, he's not scored many goals in his career. He had when he was a youth player, he had quite a lot ahead of him, and people thought he had a big career ahead of him. Yeah, he's been injured so many times, and there's clearly a confidence issue there. Like, when he goes down injured, like, It's bizarre. Like sometimes he goes down injured and he's writhing around and hanging on the floor. You think, oh Jesus, oh my God, what's up with him? I hope he's all right. And then he gets up and carries on. It's like, what are you doing? Like I think it's a confidence thing. Like he's worried about a long-term injury. But yeah, Edwards is all right. He's all right. But again, he's not been ripping up any trees. So yeah. It's been tough, mate. The signings that have come in haven't really affected the season.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that they haven't, bro. And Broja's a weird one as well, man. The thing about Broja, I'm telling you, after that ACL that he got, he just did not look the same, man. When I was watching him in Poch's season, like this guy was failing to jump in duels, on the ball, his knees just looked finished. You know what I'm saying? Like he just looked like he was a shadow of himself. Because before the injury, he was a guy that I was really looking at saying, yo, like, this could be a guy that we could actually integrate into the first team because he's actually a really good player. And he low-key reminds me of Costa as well. He done really well at Southampton. I had him in my FPL when he was at Southampton because he was actually contributing towards their team. But yeah, that injury, I think, has ruined him, man. I don't really
I agree.
See him as a Premier League player anymore. I think he probably needs to drop down a level potentially and then work his way back up. But yeah, even when he went to Fulham, that loan was just not good. You know what I mean? He
went to Fulham, I think, and Everton as well. I think he may have scored one goal across both of them loan spells. I think for me, it's one of them. Like I don't think he will even drop down. I think he'll probably end up going to Europe, somewhere like that. Like a European league that's maybe not as intense, something like that. And it might work out well there. But I can't see him dropping down into the Championship because I think that'll be just as tough for him. I don't necessarily think it's about the pace of the game or the quality of the game. I just think sometimes it's the physicality as well when you've got such a bad injury. And that's obviously still playing on your mind.
Yeah. I mean, going into this game, how are you feeling, man? Because Chelsea have now obviously brought in Rafinha. And we've picked up form. I know we dropped points against Leeds, but majority of the game we played really well. How are you feeling going into this game? Are you giving you guys any sort of chance? And what sort of Chelsea players would you say you're scared of at the moment?
Well, all of them. we're just not good enough at the minute. The obvious one's Cole Palmer for Chelsea. Although that miss against Leeds was actually proved that maybe he is human. But you just know that he's going to stick one in top bins from 40 yards against Burnley to make up for the miss against Leeds. So cheers for that call. But yeah, honestly, I'm holding out no hope. I'm actually going down. I'm 4 hours there, 4 hours back. Why?
Are you going to be there? Yeah.
Yeah. Why? I've got tickets, but I'm taking my little boy, and he's got a bit of an ear infection at the minute. So if that doesn't clear up, I might have to miss it. But I'm hoping it clears up. And the plan is to go down. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't been to Stamford Bridge since 2009.
Wow.
And I'm looking forward to being back if I get to go. I've actually just bought some of them Ray-Ban Meta glasses as well, so I'm going to wear them and sort of film it from a point of view and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. In terms of the actual game itself, I'm not looking forward to it at all. In terms of the result and stuff, I think it will be a comfortable win for Chelsea, and I think Burnley will lose this one.
Where do you think the game's going to be sort of won and lost? Like, is it for you that overall the whole sort of area of the pitch, or is it the midfield? Is it just the attack? Like, what do you think it is for you, bro?
Yeah, it's just the entire. Obviously, Chelsea are just better than us in every single area. Like, there's no, and that's normal. When you're a team coming up from the Championship and stuff, playing against a team that's going for the Champions League. So that's not a criticism of Burnley as such, but that is a fact. It's like if you step onto us and take the game to us, which I imagine you will do.
Yeah.
Then we're not good enough in defence to be able to hold out. Like, it's not even like in the dice days when you're like, oh, Burnley are tough to break down. Who knows? We might struggle to break that. No, we're quite easy to break down. You put us under pressure, and one of the defenders is, unfortunately, from a Burnley perspective, going to make a mistake. So yeah, and we're quite toothless up front as well. So if we do manage to get forward at some point, I think you'll be able to mop it up relatively easily. I do think our strongest area of the pitch over the course of the season is in midfield. But having said that, the captain, Josh Cullen's injured at the minute, and he's been a massive miss. He really, really has. And I think the midfield has started to look a little bit weak since Josh Cullen has been injured. But I do think Scott will change it up a little bit the weekend. We've been playing Florentino there, and he's been absolutely awful recently. So I think he'll change it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, going into this game, I'm not going to take anything for granted, Joe, sorry. I know, like you're saying, obviously, about, Burnley right now in terrible form and whatnot, but I'm telling you, man, I've known Chelsea to be charity FC. That's the problem about us. And a lot of these players, like, sometimes their concentration levels are all over the floor. You know, they're
Yeah.
comfortably beating Leeds and then they go and drop points. We're comfortably beating Villa. You know, we're leading against Sunderland. We have dropped 17 points, Joe, from winning positions. You know what I'm saying? So we are a team that are just, you know, not able to get the job done in a lot of games, right? And that's something that Racine come in and sort of said, listen, you know, I wanna make sure that these guys actually get their head in the game. I remember when we played you lot last time you were here. Yeah, Cullen. Remember that Josh Cullen? Is it Josh? Yeah, Josh, innit? Josh Cullen. Yeah, he scored against us. We drew with you guys, innit? When you lot scored like literally the last.
I was going to mention that. Yeah, last time we played early in the season, it was 2-0 to yourselves. But when we played at Stamford Bridge towards the end of the last time in the Premier League, when we were relegated again under Vincent Kompany, we scored. I can't remember who scored the first goal, but I know Dara Roche scored a header from a corner for the second to make it 2-2.
Cullen scored the first goal.
Did he? He's a good player, is Cullen, and like I said, he's missing at the minute, so that's unfortunate. He's going to be missing for a while. I think he's going to even miss the start of next season, which is a shame. But obviously we did draw that one. We did draw that one. You're all right.
Whoa, he's out for that long. What did he do?
ACL.
Oh, ACL as well. These things are becoming so common, man. That was big up 10. That was definitely Poch tax. Poch tax, man. But listen, talk us through your lineup here. Let me bring up your lineup here. Right, let me just cancel that here. So this is the lineup that you think you're gonna go with. Where is it? There we go. Right. So talk us through this lineup here, man. Is this what you usually set up to do? And I can actually see Bashir Humphreys in the lineup as well. Yeah. I thought you right.
Yeah, Bashir's class. Unfortunately for us, he's had an injury. He got injured. Did he get in? I think he got injured towards the end of last season, so he missed the start of it. But we do look a little bit better at the back now he's there. I just don't like the system at all, though. And this is my predicted lineup, not what I would do. I hate the 5 at the back. I don't think it works. I think Scott Parker's so stubborn, and he just sticks by it despite it not working. But I do think we go 5 at the back, and I think the only player I might get wrong there is Joe Worrell. I think he might put Josh Loren in there as well. But again, that's another thing I don't like him doing, because Josh Loren is essentially a defensive midfielder. Or a defence-minded central midfielder, and Scott Parker, for some reason, consistently plays him out of position in centre-back. Obviously, Kyle Walker will be at right-back / right wing-back, so you might get some joy down there. He started the season very, very well, but again, just like the rest of them, he's been poor. Lucas Perez on the other side of...
It's been that bad? Yeah, Walker's been that bad?
It's not that bad, but it's been bad. Like, there's a lot of our goals have come from the right-hand side, but obviously if you look a little bit further forward, there's Marcus Edwards just ahead of him. I do think that's a big part of it. Like, Marcus Edwards is our main threat going forward, but when he's going forward, he very, very rarely tracks back, and that does leave Walker exposed quite a lot. So I do think that is part of it with Kyle. And he started, like I said, he started the season so well. I remember him put an absolute peach of a ball in for Big Les, actually, when he scored against Leeds, when we beat Leeds at the Turf. And I'm thinking, like, Jesus Christ, people are saying he's past it. He's been brilliant. And he did start the season very well, but the last few games he has been exposed, but I think that's mainly down to Edwards. On the other side of defence is Lucas Perez. I think he's worse. And we have got a better left back or left wing back called Quintus Hartman, who's actually Dutch and plays for the Dutch national team. But him and Scott Parker have had a bit of a falling out, so he's not going to play. But he did play against Mansfield in the Cup, and he was pretty poor, to be fair.
You got knocked out by Mansfield, didn't you?
I didn't even go on that game. I literally live like 5 minutes away, so I was like, that's where I'm at the minute. I was like, yeah, I'm not bothering. I'm not wasting.
No, when it rains, it pours, for real, Joe. When it rains, it pours.
Anthony, man, chucking it down at the minute.
I put Anthony in the thumbnail because he seems to be the only one really that can do anything offensively. Have you not got any hope that he can do something for you guys?
He's very hit and miss, and he's been more miss than hit this season, if I'm honest with you. Yes, he scored against Palace, and it was a decent finish, to be fair. And again, he's another one that started the season fantastically, and this is why I think it's a manager problem and not just a squad problem. It's because so many players started the season well, and then they just got worse and worse and worse as the season went on. And I think that's Scott Parker coaching all the individuality out of them and making sure that they don't really do too much personally. But yeah, he's good. One of my favourite players at the minute is Hannibal. Absolutely love the guy. He's probably not everyone's favourite player because he plays on the edge and he gets a lot of bookings, and obviously got a silly red card at one point last season as well against Stoke City, which was his fault. And there are games that do pass him by, like Chelsea, where he's playing against some good players. It could pass him by a little bit. He's not he's not of that quality, but he's a very good footballer. And I love the way he plays. Like I love having players like that in my team. He's one of them players that I hate playing against, but I love him on my team. I remember when he came to Burnley as a United player and a Birmingham City player. I'm sat next to my dad going, "Who's this prick? What's he doing?" And now he's at Burnley. Absolutely love the guy. So I do like him. Him and Big Les in the middle should be all right, but that's a midfield that can get bypassed, like I said, without Josh Cullen. And obviously the comment there, where's Foster? I've chosen Fleming just because Foster's bang out of form at the minute, unfortunately. I don't think any of our forwards are good enough for the Premier League, if I'm going to be brutally honest. Armando Broja, Lyle Foster and Zian Fleming. Zian Fleming's a very good championship forward, but he's more of a number 10, not a striker, whereas Foster and Broja just haven't done it enough for us again this season. In Foster's case, he's been here 3.5 years now, Foster, and I don't think he's ever really done enough for us.
Yeah, man, that Ashley Foster guy, I don't know what's happened to his career, man. He's like, what? He's like 30 now as well, wasn't he? He was at West Ham for a bit.
No, we got him from he's South African, and we got him from I'll just quickly double check.
I think it's the same guy.
Westerlo, Belgian side.
Hold on, let me make sure that I'm thinking of the same guy here. Am I thinking of the same guy? I'm thinking of. Nah, I'm not thinking. Nah, I've got the wrong guy. So what's this guy's name? His name's Lyle Foster.
Yeah, Lyle Foster, South African, and when South Africa play, he's one of their main strikers. Obviously, they've qualified for the World Cup, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing him at the World Cup, as is Hannibal, so that'll be class. Looking forward to that. But yeah, unfortunately, I just don't think he's in the best of form at the minute.
Yeah, no, I didn't even know who he was, man. But yeah, I mean, listen, looking at that team again, I'm not taking anyone lightly, people, but listen, this is a team that we have to be beating, man. Burnley are not on good form. You're hearing what's going on with Scott Parker right now. You're hearing what's going on with their ownership. Like, obviously, you guys will be at the bridge, and you'll probably be even louder than us. Because one thing about the bridge, I'm telling you, Joe, that place is a library in a lot of games, right?
A lot of the top 6 grounds are not now, unfortunately, though. Like, football's not the same as it was 15, 20 years ago. And this is coming from a fan that goes on regular games. Even the turf is the same. There's some grounds that have managed to stand the test of time. Ellen Road, that's a good one.
Ellen Road, yes.
There's some good ones in the Championship as well. Sunderland's good this season, but I think that's just because of the way that they're playing. If Sunderland had a bad season next season, for example, the Stadium of Light can be quiet. I've been there when it's quiet. St James's Park seems to be standing the test of time, but yeah, it's not a Chelsea thing, that, mate. I do think all the top 6 grounds are pretty much dead now. Anfield has this famous atmosphere that only seems to come once a season now, and that's when they play Real Madrid. But if you go on a normal match day, it's quiet. Old Trafford's been quiet for years. The Etihad's never had any atmosphere, and the Emirates can do sometimes, but it's very, very rare there as well.
Emirates is a library. I'm telling you, Joe, you're spot on. I literally said this the other week as well, because like, look, I crash it on Chelsea's atmosphere because I'm a Chelsea fan. I want us to improve, right? But I did also say it's not just a Chelsea problem. Like, I've been to again, like you, home and away. There's so many stadiums, and literally, like you, Ellen Road is the loudest stadium I've been to. Like, that place is mad. You know what I mean? But all these other stadiums, even I went Palace away. I was looking at it thinking, what is this? Is this the famous atmosphere that people always going about? I had the same feeling when I went to Anfield, even Old Trafford. I was at Old Trafford. I'm like, this ain't. You know. I mean, to be fair to them, they were rocking at the beginning because we got a red card quite early, but they went quiet after a little bit. You know what I mean? So I do think it's an English problem rather than just like a Chelsea problem, to be honest, man. Because
I think it's a Premier League problem, because obviously we've been in the Championship over the last couple of seasons, and you get some grounds down there that can still be quite atmospheric, and there's only like 15,000 people there. So, but again, you can get some grounds there that are absolutely dead, and I mean, there's nobody there either. Like, it's a 30,000 seater stadium, and there's 10,000 people there. Ewood Park is obviously what I'm referring to. So you do get some ones that are absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, you do, man. Big up Nova. I'm not going to be there tomorrow, bro. I'm not going to be there, unfortunately, but I will be watching the game. So yeah, let's go through our lineup, and then we'll finish up. We'll finish up here, Joe. Now, this is a predicted lineup. This isn't what I will do, but this is what I think that Racine is probably going to do. Obviously, Chelsea, the boys have been away in Dubai, a lot of them, because we had a massive break. We've had so many games, Joe. And our squad actually got weakened in the January because we got rid of Buonanotte, we got rid of Tyreek George. Gittins is out basically for the season now as well. I'm not sure when he'll be back. And at the minute, Cucurella is injured with a hamstring injury as well. Everyone else seems to be available. Lavia is going to be playing in an under-21 game, but he might be back in the squad for the game against Arsenal. But other than that, everyone else it should be here. So this is the team that I've gone with. Obviously, Reece at the back, Fofana, Chalobah, Hato will come in for Cucurella. Sanchez, as always, in goal. Caicedo, Santos got man of the match last time we played you, bro. Because if you remember, Caicedo wasn't there for that game. I think he on the bench or he got suspended. I think he got suspended.
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he got suspended. And then I've gone with Palmer in the 10. I've gone with João Pedro up top. On the left, listen, Enzo Fernandez, he will start left, but it won't actually be left wing. Like, it will be more like this, where you've got Hato kind of overlapping, and then you've got more like a box. So you have Enzo kind of sort of dropping deep into that position, picking up the ball there and build up, and then kind of roaming this area. And then Hato's the one that's kind of going up and down. And then I've gone with Neto on the right. I would go with Esteval on the right, but I think that because Neto scored a hat-trick against Hull, I think that Rossinho will most likely start him in the game. You know what I mean? That's just my take on it. If he starts Esteval and starts Neto, that means that we can't start this midfield because there's not enough space. There's not enough space if you start that midfield. So this is how you've got to set up if you want to be able to start Enzo and Palmer. Because Enzo is our, one of our better players this season. Santos has been amazing, right, in that pivot of Caicedo. And then Cole Palmer, like you're saying, he's been on really good form and he's fit at the moment. So we need to be starting these guys. What do you think of this lineup, bro?
Yeah, I like it. I don't think there's too many weak points. I was thinking maybe sort of like your left back, because obviously you said getting forward, obviously Chalobah covering as well. So that would work. You've just got some really good players in there. Obviously, Enzo's fantastic. You mentioned already. He's been in great form this season. He's one that I do worry about. Cole Palmer's Cole Palmer. So, I always worry about him. I think he scores against us quite regularly. And then obviously Pedro Neto up front. It's a tough one. It's a tough one for Burnley. And then if you have got your left back bombing forward like that and things like that, then you could really be putting us under pressure and putting us on the back foot. And if that's the case, mate, like, it genuinely will be a matter of time before you get an early goal rather than anything else.
Yeah, listen, I listen here. Sorry it had to be you, Joe, but someone is getting whooshed. Yeah. I keep saying this. Someone's getting whooshed because the chances I'm seeing us creating with Rossinho. What have you thought about Rossinho since he's come in, actually? Because before we finish up, man, because he's actually been pretty good for us so far.
The results speak for themselves, don't they? I think he's done better than what Maresca was doing at the end. I thought Maresca started well, and I was surprised to see it end the way it ended, with falling out with the board and things like that. But I do feel like maybe your board might be quite difficult to get on with, as I think most boards are these days. But I think he's come in and done well. And it's one I actually had a bit of an interest on, because when we got Vincent Kompany, Rossinho was actually linked with us. And I remember because he'd done quite a good job at Hull, I think, at that point. And obviously he went on to Strasbourg with the Blue Core group. And obviously that's why he ended up getting the Chelsea job. So I was surprised to see him go to Chelsea so early in his career. But yeah, I think he's done well, man. And I think, like you said, the only real blotch on the copybook is the games against Arsenal. You could probably say the game against Leeds as well, but you definitely did enough to win that match, really, if you think about that one. So you can't really blame the manager on that one. But Arsenal's Arsenal. They are, as it stands, all right, they're going to bottle it. That's hilarious. But as it stands, they are the best team in the country at the minute. And if that's your marker, then you might come up short a little bit. But he's come in and done very well. And I do think you get top 4 / top 5, because it's top 5 these days, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, man. And big up Temmie says, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Burnley could pose us threats, bro. Listen, any team in the Prem could. If you switch off, there's just a moment there of madness. You're gonna end up doing a madness over there, bro. But ultimately, I'm sorry, right now, how I'm seeing the team playing, the confidence in the team, the goals that we're seeing right now, João Pedro, the chances that we're creating, someone has to get it. And it might be Burnley this week. It has to be Burnley this week. Yeah. I want us to be really up in our goal difference, because us and United right now are scoring goals. And that could be the difference between who finishes 4th, who finishes 5th. I want to make sure that we're scoring goals and we're beating these teams comfortably. And then Jerry says back 3. Now it won't be a back 3. I reckon it will be more like this in build up. So this is what we've been doing in build up, right? So we've actually been stretching. We've been allowing the fullbacks to go quite high up the pitch, and then we've been leaving like a 2. It's like a 2-2-6, I would say, because if you've got Caicedo and Santos in a pivot, you don't necessarily need a 3 at the back. You know what I'm saying? Because what's been happening recently as well, Joe, I think you might see this in this game, yeah, where Sanchez acts like an additional centre back. So against Hull, this is something that I saw, right, where Sanchez was kind of coming onto the pitch, making us like a back three that would allow us to push more bodies further up, which allows us to, you know, consistently create pressure and create pressure and create pressure. What have you thought about Santos, by the way? Because obviously, like I said, he got man of the match last time against you guys. Have you managed to catch much of him since he's been playing?
He's done well. Like you said, got man of the match. Obviously, that's the game where I've seen most of him play quite well. So yeah, I think he's done well. I genuinely think he's had a good season so far, and yeah, it's one you can be proud of, mate.
100%, man. But we'll finish up there. We'll finish up with predictions. I'm gonna have to go with a minimum 3. You know, minimum 3, man, because we've been scoring goals, and you lot have been conceding goals.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, do I trust these guys to keep a clean sheet? I mean, we kept one against Hull. Nah, man, I'll say 3-1. 3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, you don't need to apologise, mate. That's exactly what I've gone for on my show, on my channel. I've gone 3-1 Chelsea. I think you'll score. I think you score early on. The only worry that you may have is if, for whatever reason, we manage to keep you out and the crowd gets on your back a little bit. But again, that's overselling Burnley. If we could manage to keep you out, I don't think we will. So yeah, 3-1 Chelsea. I agree with you.
We need to score first. And if we score early, I can see a bloodbath, man. Honestly, because I'm telling you, the way that we're playing right now.
If you score early, I might just beat the crowd and get the tube out nice and early and get back on the M6 nice and early.
If I do end up going, I'll let you know, and then we can obviously link up, do something as well, man. But Joe, big yourself up, bro. It was really good having you on the channel. Let the people know where they can find you, man.
So just search Turfcast Podcast. We've just done an interview with former Chelsea player as well, actually, Frank Sinclair. Obviously, he went to Burnley. He went from Chelsea to Leicester, then to Burnley. He was the Burnley captain under Steve Cottrell in the 2004 season, I think it was 2005, something like that. Which is sort of like my golden era when I was growing up watching football and stuff. I'd have been in my teens at that point. So yeah, I've just done an interview with him. Actually, really enjoyed it. Really good chat. He actually works for Burnley now as a coach. So really good to. I did speak to him about his time at Chelsea, coming through the ranks. He won the League Cup with Chelsea. He won the FA Cup. He won the Cup Winners' Cup. So yeah, it was good to get him on. So that's something that your viewers might want to tune into. But just search Turfcast. Obviously, the link's on your screen now. Just search Turfcast Podcast. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify. You name it, we're there.
Yeah. Make sure that you're subscribing to him, people. But listen, Chelsea, man, please, I beg, don't disgrace us. Yeah, don't disgrace us, because we need to be, applying a bit of pressure. I think we played before Man United. We played before who was the other team as well? Liverpool. Let me double check. Is it 3 o'clock kickoff? Yeah. 3 o'clock kickoff. So we play first, and then United play on Monday. So they've actually got Monday night football, and then Liverpool play on Sunday. Right, so yeah, we can apply a bit of pressure there, man. We can apply a bit of pressure there, because Joe, this season I don't want us to be getting into the top 4 through the back door, getting 5th, for example. I want us to get top 4 comfortably. You know what I mean? So we've got to be winning these games. But big up people. I'm gonna redirect to Jules. Make sure that you put a little Don raid in Jules's chat, people. Until the next one, man. Bless, love.